Okay. Hello, good evening, everyone. I am Jean Loh from the Jeanbeaugeste Gallery in Shanghai. I'm also a curator, French-Chinese curator based in China. I'm specialized in Chinese photography. I'm here to introduce Li Zhensheng, whom I first met in 2003 in Pingyao in China. And before that, I saw his exhibition at the Paris Photo Museum called Haute Lucie. And I knew that there was an exhibition on Cultural Revolution, so I immediately went to see it. And I was really stunned by what I saw at the time. And the first impression I had was his self-portrait. You can see that in his self-portrait of Li Zhensheng, in the beginning of the Cultural Revolution, that's in 1966, I said to myself, this guy is somebody. He already knew that one day he would be someone. He had a sense of history to be able to do that. And it's not easy to use a Rolleiflex for self-portrait because you just put it on in front of you and you put the self-timer, but you see the sense of composition. And for me, it's not only because of his passion for cinema or photography, it's also the fervor of the Cultural Revolution. But for me, it reminds me of Saint Sebastian. Shoot me with all the arrows, I dare you. And this is the personality of Li Zhensheng, and that impressed me first. So when I saw him at the Festival of Pingyao, I was really happy to congratulate him. We became very good friends ever since. Why Li Zhensheng is, in my opinion, the greatest documentary photographer in Chinese history of photography. I show you just a few works. This is shot in 1968. You can see a rows of swimmers preparing to go into the water in commemorations of Mao Zedong's swim across the Yangtze at the beginning of the Cultural Revolution. So every year in July 16, all the Chinese people have to find a water hole and jump into it to swim to commemorate the heroic act of Chairman Mao swimming across the Yangtze. For me, these pictures of Li Zhensheng shows a dynamic in the compositions. For the most striking part is the contrast or the combination of nakedness, flesh with spirituality. You see that these swimmers are religiously reading the red book, the little red book of Chairman Mao. For me, they are reading the Bible. Or it reminds me also of religious ceremony like the baptism, going into water. And the dark clouds gathering above the heads means that it's not so peace and quiet. Something is happening in China at that time. It's a wonderful picture. Another, because Li was the photo reporter for the Heilongjiang Daily, so of course he had to shoot propaganda photography, like most Chinese photographers at that time. This is a perfect propaganda photography. And this, for many photographers, they are very jealous of that because this is a moment, the perfect moment where in crowded scenes, all the eyes are turned toward a center. You see here, there's a circle of faces and looks. All the gazes are fixated on the center, which is a prodigious young girl, the Chinese Shirley Temple, I called it, and she could sing all the revolutionary songs at the time. So she was paraded from one city to another and to do the show. This is absolutely stunning. Sense of shows, spectacle, entertainment, and amusement, and humanistic photography of Li Zhensheng. For me, the picture that really summarized completely the art and the genius of Li Zhensheng is this. Everybody knows that using a Rolleiflex for square format is very difficult to do a proper composition. And these pictures, we can see the composition, it's absolutely stunning. What do you see here in this square frame? Inside of this frame, you have this somebody wearing a dance hat, a long dance hat with tassels, and this dance hat create a diagonal from this side toward the other side, and this diagonal divides this picture into two parts. On top of this, you have almost cloudless sky with banners and flags waving in the wind, and there's a big banner saying "Great Leader," of course, of Chairman Mao, and this is really the greatness of the times and its paradise. And in this lower part of this picture, you see mouths open wide, shouting slogans and maybe insults, and you have red guards raising fists high, and you see you even have drums and cymbals, and somebody else dance hat on the floor, and this guy is sitting on a fold-up chair, and he had to bow and to take the posture of flying the airplane, and he was accused of being a black element. So you see here like blood running through his shirts and his trousers. Actually, he was a black element, so they painted his face with black ink and poured stinky Chinese ink down his collar, running down his trousers, and he has his name written on the dance hat. He's Ren Zhongyi, black element of counter-revolutions. And so you see, this is an absolutely contrasting picture. On top, you have the greatness and the flags and the banners of the great cultural revolution. And on the lower part, you have the tragedy, a very tragic scene of a man under criticism, under struggle. And you have the television broadcasting indirect in live. So you see, this is like, full of sounds and fury. In the lower part, you have paradise and hell in one picture. It's a perfect composition. That summarizes why I think Li Zhensheng is what you can call a master of photography and a genius of photography, because of his background as a cinematographer and his sense of spectacle and scenes that makes him so apart in the history of Chinese photography. Thank you very much.